Welcome back to Right on the Money, providing you and your family the necessary information you need to make informed financial decisions. Now, in case you're just joining us, our guest today, Barry Levy, president of Barry Levy Financial, located in Lafayette, Louisiana. Barry, we've been having a good time, and we've been talking a lot about the business of helping people with some big decisions. So Barry, you've been working with folks now for 30 years, helping them with their finances. And you know, one thing that I think about is 2008 was really traumatic. But then we've had 10, 11 years now of the market's been going pretty good. Do you find when you're talking to folks, when they come to you and they say, Barry, I'm getting ready to retire, does that come up at all? Has that impacted how they think about things?
Oh yeah, they love the idea, and they focus on principal protection because they took a big hit in 2008, and they don't want that to happen again. And again, like you were saying, Dennis, that over the last 10, 11 years, it's been going up, and what goes up must come down.
Just laws of nature.
That's right. And they don't want to be on the end of the stick again. So they love what we do.
Now, speaking of what you do, for those folks who don't know, you specialize in 401k rollovers.
Yes.
And you specialize in working with folks that are right at that age where they're really starting to think about retirement, right? Like that. Did you say 45 to 70?
75, yeah.
Now, one of the things that I want to share with people, because it's something that you share with everybody, is this great book, and I'm going to pick it up, and it is the 10 Steps to a Successful Retirement. And if I'm not mistaken, where can they get this? You give this to anybody who asks for it, correct?
Right, on my website.
And let's talk about this. So what do you see that people need to be doing for retirement?
When they come to us for advice on how to set up our fixed index annuities, we find out how much money they need to retire, and we can do that through the annuity, through an income rider, where they can never outlive their income, and people really like that a lot.
Now, you must have, when in these conversations, when you're working with folks, there must be a lot of give and take conversation-wise, because it's got to be so different for everybody, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Because when you retire, there's several segments of retirement. When you first retire, you want to go travel, you want to go, and then the middle part of your retirement, you're slowing down a little bit, and the latter part is you could be in your mid 80s, 90s, and really just homebound, and so it's different levels of spending you have to take into consideration.
Now, I want to just share, there's a couple things in this book that the 10 Steps to a Successful Retirement. I see that step number 1, how much guaranteed income do you have? That's got to be important, isn't it?
It is.
And then how much will you spend in retirement? Do you have enough guaranteed income to cover your required spending? What happens when you pass away? That's in here as well. I don't want to give them all away, but what happens when you can't make decisions? It sounds like there are a lot of things that people really need to start thinking about.
Well, again, every situation's different, every amount of money's different, but this book is a good tool to guide you along the way. So when you do come see me, you have nice questions, and we could analyze what your situation with your money will allow you to do.
Absolutely. Now let me ask you this: if I want to work with you, because well, one, I do because I know your practice. I've known you for a long time now. But how do I get a hold of you, and how do I come in to see you? How do I do that?
Well, you can go to my website. All my information's on there: phone number, address, email. Very easy to get.
And just come on in, and we'll set up an appointment and we'll talk.
Absolutely.
Okay. After the break, we are going to talk to Barry. We're going to get to know Barry on a different level. I've got some great questions, but I do want to direct you out to Barry's website so that you can get your copy of the 10 Steps to a Successful Retirement. We'll talk more when we come back after this break.